Welcome back to another episode of Way Too Wifey. I'm your host, respectfully Gabby, and in this podcast we talk all things dating and relationships in this modern day. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Gabby. I'm an online dating coach where I help you transform your confidence and live your best lives inside and outside of a relationship. So basically what I do is that I help you with your dating struggles and anything that you're going through. If you feel like you just can't get the dating thing figured out, you've been on so many dates, or you haven't been on any dates at all, you don't know where to start, I am your girl, okay? Hit the link in my bio to find out more. I basically offer packages for all different kinds of price ranges, so if you are interested, check it out there. Also, I never say this, but hit the fucking follow on Instagram, respectfully Gabby. Let's connect. Also, TikTok, same thing, respectfully Gabby. Leave that 5-star rating if you have not done so already. Leave that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on your bell notifications if so you'll never miss another episode. If you're watching this on YouTube and anywhere else, just leave that 5-star rating. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for helping me get the word out there. It has grown quite a bit since the last year, so thank you for everyone that's tuned in every single week, and let's hop into it. It is summertime vibes. I have been basically bombarded all over my timeline right now of people on vacation, couples on vacation, friends on vacation, people just being all over Europe, Italy, fucking all over the place, and I'm stuck here in Tampa, Florida with the humidity at like a 5,000% and 90 degrees every single day, rain and dampness every single day, and I need to get the fuck out. That's where I'm at personally. But good for you if you're on vacation or what have you. I'm craving a vacation right now. But, you know, it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. I'm literally like on Google Flights almost every single day right now, sending flights to my friends. I'm like, can we do this? I want to go on like a fun friends vacation. I don't know where. My friends are talking about Mexico City, but I want to like go abroad. Like, why are we in the States? Like, we've done Mexico so many times. We've done Cali so many times. We've done Texas, New York, Chicago. We've done it all. I am tired of the US. I'm tired of going to Mexico. We've done the Canada thing. I want to go to like London. You know, I've been saying this. I have been watching Love Island, and their accents are just wedging a soft spot in my heart. I would love to go to London, or like everyone's going to Italy right now, so it's like not as attractive as I figured it would be. I just met this guy I didn't meet him, but I would like to meet him. He lives in Paris, and I'm like, fall in love in Paris. But then I'm like, okay, well, obviously everyone right now is on vacation mode, and it's annoying, but I am just jealous. Live for the content. It inspires me to want to go to places that you guys have been to. So thanks for posting. I don't think of it as like, okay, you're being annoying. I actually love these pictures. It's an inspiration. I'm like, if this person can do this, why the fuck can I not? Anyway, let's talk about Baecations, Friendcations, that vacation crush that that some of us have experienced. Let's start with a vacation crush, okay? I saw a TikTok recently where this guy, he does like pyramids of who's at the bottom. If you know, like the Dance Moms thing, she had a pyramid, who's at the bottom, whatever, week by week. He does pyramids for like different things. He did the pyramid for like types of crushes that you can have. Like at the bottom he put, I'm just gonna name some of the few. Vacation crush, your crush from like middle school, high school, like the work crush, the gym crush, you know, you get where I'm going with this. Anyway, vacation crush was like almost at the top. I'm like, no, vacation crush is the most elite crush that you can have, because it's like you have this weekend or a couple days of just pure romance, and then you never hear from them again, which is like something that I love personally. A lot of people can't do that, but I think it's fun. I think it's fun to like pretend like you're in a relationship and romance for the week. never see that person again. Like that, I love those moments, but I can also see why like some people get too attached, or you know, you want them to be around for forever, or you'd rather just like do your own thing or have fun with your friends or whatever. But personally, I love a good weekend romance that turns into nothing. Obviously, you guys, I want eventually a person to settle down with, but I think they're so fun. They're so flirty. I love flirting, and like having a weekend just to like, as I'm looking over here, there's like a bunch of pictures of Hawaii, and I'm like, maybe I should go to Hawaii. There's nothing funner to me than the vacation crush. The vacation crush is when you travel either solo or with friends, and you meet someone on vacation, and then you spend the time either just hanging out every day or every couple days, or you guys go out together. I love a good vacation crush. I tend to meet them almost every vacation I go on. My most recent trips, obviously I went to San Diego a couple weeks ago. I met this guy from London. Now I'm obsessed with guys from London, and it's not good. Ironically, we're both in Miami. We did not get to meet up. He was doing his own thing. I was doing my own thing. He was giving me attitude, and I just like, I will not deal with any guy's attitude, because like, why, you don't even know me. Why are you giving me attitude? You should be on your best behavior at this point. So if you're giving me attitude now, it's never going to get better. It's only going to get 10 times worse, is how I look at it. So I'm just like, I'd rather not. I'd rather, if I'm going to be on do a weekend trip in Miami, South Florida, I'm just going to do my own thing, and I don't need to deal with your bullshit. And then in New York, oh my God, what is going on this year? I have met so many people from London this year. It's actually been insane. This guy that I met in New York, he was like a finance bro from London, and this is like beyond my type. Like, finance bro from London with an accent. Oh my God, no, stop. I hung out with him. He took me on a date. He literally showed me all of New York, which was the cutest, like by far the cutest date that I've been on. Like, showed me all of the cutest places, all of the rooftop things, like took me everywhere, took me to Soho House. I'm like, oh, baby, like super cute. But never talked to him again, you guys. You have to understand with the vacation crush that it's usually most likely never going to get anywhere. And you have to be okay with falling in love for a weekend and then never talking to that person again. Because even with a London guy from San Diego, I was fully prepared to like never talk to this man again. And you have to be okay with that. The last time I traveled with my friends to LA, it was the craziest night. We all went out to like some clubs. We all had Hinge dates that we were meeting up with. Every single one of us had a Hinge date that we were meeting up with. I think there was like 4 or 5 of us that actually decided to go out and like meet them. And they all met up. And then one of my friends matched with this guy who had this like huge mansion in the hills. And he was like, hey, do you guys all want to like come back to my place and we'll like party there? And we're like, yeah, why not? He invited all of our Hinge dates to the house, and we just partied all night. We were up until like, the sun was rising by the time we got some sleep. Craziest experience, but it was so much fun. That guy that I was talking to that night that I had met on Hinge that met me out, I never heard from him again. I don't know what his name is. I don't know who he is, where he lives, nothing about him. We just had a fantastic, like, fun night with, like, my friends and, you know, their Hinge dates. Because really, okay, the vacation crush, it's so cool. It's so fun. I love it personally. But again, you have to be in the state of mind where you know that you're never going to talk to, like, you are going into this thinking that you're probably never going to talk to this person again, and you have to be okay with that. If you're not okay with that, the vacation crush is not your thing. And that's okay too. Okay? When you're going on vacations with your friends, this is basically a make it or break it time in your friendship, truthfully, because you usually do not probably spend that much time consecutively with your friends. So everyone has different styles. I've been on vacations with a bunch of different types of friends, And I've had friendship breakups because of we went somewhere together and it was fucking awful. Not awful, but there was so much tension. We all had different plans in mind, and then when we got back home, we basically never talked to each other again. I've had that happen a few times, but more often than not, it brings you a lot closer to those people. Traveling with your friend groups is so important because you get to learn so much about your friends that you probably wouldn't otherwise. I think there's this thing that everyone says, like, when you don't live in Miami and you bring your friend group to Miami, that's when like the breakups happen, like the friendship breakups. And I fully agree with that, because here's what happens when you go to Miami with a group of girls. Everyone's on their own page of what they want to do. There's so much going on. Like, okay, I'm going to just talk from my experience. I was the one who kind of knew Miami a little bit more than the other girls that I was with. And I was suggesting places to go to. I was, okay, this is like the best place, the best club that we can go to. This is the best whatever. Here's the thing with Miami. It's very superficial. So you have to look a certain way. You all have to collectively be hot girls in order to get into the bigger places that you want to go to. So if anyone in your group is below that, it's very hard. They're very, 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 very superficial in Miami. So you like, if you're going clubbing and stuff like that, if you want to go out and have fun at the clubs, you either are going to have to pay, know someone that has a table, or be hot as fuck. Like, there's no in between. Those are the three things. And even when you do want to pay as a girl who's maybe not as attractive, it fucking sucks, because sometimes they still don't let you in. If there's anyone in the group that is not as attractive as other girls, it's going to cause some issues in the friendship dynamic, or you guys have to go somewhere that maybe they don't give a fuck about it as much, okay? That's just what it is. When you do get to the clubs or go out to eat or whatever, you have to keep in mind that Miami is an expensive place, and there's going to be people with all different types of budgets. When you go out to eat in Miami, just expect to be paying a lot for a meal. I'm saying this with Miami, but I think that this is with any like major city that is expensive. Everyone is going to be on their own budgets. I remember a group of like 6 or 7 of us went to LA, and LA is pretty expensive too. It's like very comparable to Miami, I think, as far as like prices of food and meals and whatnot. But there was one person that was like very, very cheap about where we wanted to go, and everyone else was like very chill about like, okay, like we don't really care where we eat. But she had the biggest problem about like where we wanted to go and like the budget and everything. It's like, you have to be on the same budget. If you are not on the same budget, one person is going to want to ball out and another person is going to want to save money and do the cheap route. You have to figure out who you're dealing with before you go on vacation, because it is going to cause issues. I promise you that. I've been on so many different friend vacations, and that I think probably will cause the biggest issues. I remember taking my friends to one of the bigger clubs in like this girls trip that ended up not so good when I didn't live in Miami. We went to Miami, and we go to one of the bigger clubs. Story if you want to know, but the drinks there are probably $20, $30, like $25 a drink, plus you have to tip. So I mean, you're looking at like almost $30 for one drink, and then they didn't want to go to any guy's table to like get free drinks. So it's like, okay, I'm giving you 2 options, or 3 options. We can either leave, we can pay the prices to get drinks, or we can go to some random guys that is fucking awful probably table that is going to give us drinks. And they didn't want to do any of the options. So I'm like, okay, I am out of suggestions here. You guys come up with something. Know what your budget is. And if you don't have a budget, make sure your friends are on the same page about that. Make sure there's going to be people, I think too, with the friends thing, is that every single person is going to want to go in different directions, right? So there's going to be the person that wakes up early as fuck and wants to get the day started and get going. That's me, by the way. I love having an early day and like making the most out of it. Maybe having a nap in the afternoon, maybe. And then, going out. That is my thing. And I just like to chill during the days. I don't want to be crazy excursion. Like, we can do the excursions maybe like once or twice if it's a longer vacation, but I realistically just want to chill. I want to have the food. I want to drink. I want to just have a good time and maybe do like an excursion. There's going to be some people that are so active. They want to get out there. They want to, have so much fun and do all the adventure things. And that's just not me. So if I were to go on vacation with someone that just like wanted to do excursion after excursion, actually I lied. I could probably do that. I could probably go on vacation and do excursions. It's just like I don't know, I just want to be on vacation and have some downtime. There has to be a balance, right? For me, I don't mind doing those things, but I do want to chill at some point. I just know that I love my travel group right now because we're all on the same page about what we want to do. And if we are on different pages, we're more than happy to break apart from each other and go experience whatever we want to experience. There's no like, why did that person do that? Or like, I didn't want to do that. Why are you doing that? Like, there's none of that. It's go do your thing. We'll meet back up at a certain time or like whenever you're done, whenever you're finished. That's the type of people that I love traveling with, that go with the flow, do whatever you want. And if it's not what I want to do, then still go do it. I don't want you to hold any type of resentment for me not doing what you want to do. I will figure something else out to do and we will meet back up whenever we finish. I think aside from like the activities thing, because there's going to be people that like, your early birds are the people that want to sleep in drastically, the people that want to party or the people that want to like go adventure. Everyone may be on a different page or a different budget, but I think the thing with me too is that sometimes I just need my like alone time. I'm very particular about who I go on vacation with. If they're very like high energy, and not even like high energy because I love good energy, but if it's high energy, always talking all the time, a very overwhelming type of energy for me, I have to take a step back and have some alone time to myself to like rejuvenate. But if sometimes like it's okay to just not talk sometimes. I, with my friends, am very comfortable with not talking at certain points and just being on our phone. I remember there's one vacation that I went on with two of my friends. We went out to dinner together, and when we were in the Uber on the way to dinner, both not talking to each other the entire time. We sat at dinner and both looked at each other and were like, hey, I don't want to talk like at all. And he's like, thank God, I'm like not in the mood at all. So we were just people watching the whole time. And the fact that we got to the point though that we were both like, hey, I love you, but I do not want to talk right now. Not in the mood. We can sit here and enjoy a meal together, but I really don't want to talk to you. I love that for us. Okay. There's going to be times, there's people that I've traveled with that are just like over the top, like so much energy for me. And I need to step back. So I think be careful about you have to know who you are in order to know what matches your personality best in order to travel with someone, because there's some people that I just will never travel with again that I've traveled with in the past. And then there's people that I'm like, I would love to travel with that person because they're so chill, they're so go with the flow. But I'm very particular about who I choose now to have a vacation with. Just because they're not a vacation friend, that doesn't mean that they're not a friend. And I have a lot of friends that I love and adore, but I would never go on a vacation with them. It's just like some people you have to take in small doses, and it's spending consecutively like 2 to 3 to 4 plus days with someone could be a very exhausting, and you can come back from that trip and no longer be friends. Like, you have to factor this in. Is it worth losing a friendship over? You have to know your boundaries. If this person is only a once in a while, every so often, you can only take them in small doses, maybe don't go on vacation with them. Okay. But the people that you want to go on vacation with, let's get into the Baecation. Okay. This is kind of where I wanted to I think this is the only topic that I had in mind originally was the Baecation. But then I was thinking, you know what? I've had so many friend vacations, and some of them have gone off the rails. Some of them have been fucking fun and fantastic. And you have to know what groups you want to travel with and what groups are not travel friends. There can be friends, but not necessarily travel friends. If I've dodged every single one of your vacations, you're not one of my travel friends, but I love you to death. And, or you just have poor suggestions and maybe we just aren't destination compatible. You know what I mean? Because maybe you want to go to the mountains and ski. Not my vibe. I don't want to go anywhere cold personally. But if you brought up somewhere tropical, maybe that would be a little bit more enticing for me. You know what I mean? And that's another thing that brings us full looping around to the Baecation. Are you guys Baecation compatible? When to go on a vacation? If you're unfamiliar with a vacation with your boo, when is a good time to go? Should you go? Where should you go? How should you do it? Let's talk about it. I personally think that Baecations are elite. I think that if you're getting serious with someone, the quickest way you can grow closer to that person is to go on vacation. I have fallen in love. Well, I say this, but I was also young as fuck and didn't realize what love was. I have, said I love you for the first time on Baecations, and actually both of my last boyfriends that I've said I love you to have been on vacation, and ironically, vacation to Miami was both of our first trips when I didn't live there. I don't know, I just feel like you get to know someone so much when you're spending consecutive time with them over like a couple of days. And yes, you might do that at home, but it also puts you in a different environment to experience something new with someone that both of you may have not experienced prior to. And I think that change in pace either makes you grow so much closer to that person, or it's going to destroy the relationship because you're like, I can't deal with their shit. It's very telling about where your relationship, the direction that it's going to go in after a vacation. I think if it's very, very, very early stages of a relationship, say you just met and you're going on vacation together, it's so weird. I have wanted to do this just like as my single bucket list, which I think I might make a whole episode on a single bucket list. But I've wanted to go on a vacation with someone that I like very am freshly with, and I have planned so many of them with guys that I have been talking to, but for some reason life is blocking me from doing this, because the last time that I had planned this, it was to New York City, and we were he got a hotel for us, and the hotel was like fucking beautiful, Equinox and Hudson Yards. If you know, you know. We were just gonna do 2 days there. When it came down to it, 4 days before, ghosted. Crazy. Like, I was so looking forward to this, and then I've talked about it before on what happened, but he just started acting crazy, and I was like, okay, I'm not like dealing with this. We never had like an official ending of like we're not talking anymore. It was like, hey, I basically said like, if this is how you're gonna act, like this is very like alarming. He got back to me and I was just like, all right, last text was KK, and we never spoke since. Like, he's not reached out. And 4 days in, when we were supposed to go to New York, nothing happened. I did not hear from him. Nothing. Like, there was dead silence. Knowing what I know now, would not ever entertain that again. But at the very least, have a little bit of respect to be like, hey, sorry how things ended, but, clearly we're on different pages. I'm sorry about the New York thing. Like, I spent money while I didn't have a job going to, book my ticket, which is annoying. At least I got some of the money back. I still have a Delta credit. I'm willing to just burning a hole in my pocket. I'm ready to go somewhere. And then another time I had planned a vacation with this guy that I was talking to last year. I think we planned the Keys that we were going to go to. And then like before that even happened, maybe like a month before, we stopped talking. So I'm like, what is happening? And then I'm sure that this has happened so many times. I've had so many guys reach out and ask me to go that I didn't know and asked me to go on vacation with them. And I'm just like, you don't know me and you want to go to a different country with me. Ideally, like, that sounds fucking fun, and like, why not? But also, I don't know you. I don't want to you know, like if it sucked, I'd be stuck in this place. And if you're not willing to like get me my own room while we do this, it's like, no, we're not doing this. This is very unsafe. I think that's like narcissist behavior, to be honest with you. I think if a guy is willing to fly you out for a weekend or for a small period of time without even knowing you, I truly think that you're dealing with some kind of narcissist, because no guy in their right mind is going to do that. Like, it's always the guys that are way too charming, over the top, want to impress you, do all the most, and like, it's like, but for what? You don't know me. We haven't earned this, and you're making me feel a lot closer than we actually are, because it's like you put me in a new setting. It's this romantic thing. Like, it's manipulative, personally, I think. You know, I don't think that that's like normal behavior, but some people do it and it's fucking fun and whatever. If it's just a weekend and you don't have to pay for anything, go for it. Why not? Do your thing. Just be safe and, you know, think with your head, not your heart or your cooch. But very early on, like a couple months in, I think when you are dating for a couple of months and you go on vacation, this is the best time, in my opinion, to go on vacation, because you've known each other, you've been dating, you're in a relationship, and then very new early on. I feel like this is like when you like fall in love and it's like a new fun environment, and you get to learn so much about what kind of like vacationer they are and if it matches your vacation style. I think vacation style is so huge, but are they the type of person to wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym? Is that going to be annoying for you? Because for me, like, that's what initially drew me to my last ex, was how passionate he was about the gym and like his physique and those kinds of things. But then as we got serious, it became wildly annoying. Like, couldn't do stuff because he had to go to the gym, or, you know, he had to make space every single day on vacation to go to the gym. And I'm like, this is really annoying. Like, I want to enjoy my vacation, not against going to the gym on vacation, but it's not something that I like have to do, you know what I mean? It gets you away from your like phone and like being at home and comfortable with just like scrolling on your phone together. I personally am big on like quality time and experiences with people, so vacationing together is very like an intimate experience, and away from our phones, we're experiencing stuff together. I live for those things. So if you're the type of person to like go on vacation and be on your phone the whole time, or be working on vacation, the worker on vacation, can I just say that might be the most annoying? Beyond the gym goer at 5 a.m., the working on vacation, like going, no. There's a time and a place. If you are taking a vacation, leave your work at home. Unless you're like a multi-millionaire, leave your fucking work at home. I don't want to hear the excuses. Okay, there's no excuse at all. I just remember being on vacation. It was like my birthday vacation to Costa Rica with my ex. He was on his phone working like probably 50% of the time, which is a lot when you're on vacation. It's like there are people taking care of handling your business for you back home that are not on PTO, that are fully capable of taking over and doing what you need to get done. Why are you on your phone? You do not need to be closing deals. People are out there closing deals for you. Okay, I cannot. This is the most, like, honestly, unless you're like a business owner of like a multi-million-dollar business, please leave your fucking work at home. That is where I draw the line, because that says to me you have no work-life balance. And unless I'm dealing with someone who's rich as fuck, it's gonna annoy me. You get to know someone so much when you do go on vacation with them, because are they the type of person that is going to appreciate the scenery? Are they going to want to, go to the museums and do the things, the activities? Are they just going to want to like chill and hang out and whatever? I've said this before in the friend vacation, but you get to know a lot about your partner because it's very personal, one-on-one. And I just remember too, being in like the prettiest fucking sunset on a cliff, gorgeous, gorgeous views, and feeling like I was the only one who was like truly appreciating it. And then he was just like, can we like leave now? Like, did not want to like be in the moment with me. He was like on his phone. I'm like, this sucks. Like, I do not want to travel with you. And I think another thing, if you're not experiencing the moment with me, I'm personally gonna get pissed. But if we were at home and you were doing that, it wouldn't annoy me as much. So I think that being away from home and getting to experience someone in a whole new light really shed some light on the relationship, whether that's a dark light or the light, okay? So you get to know a lot about your person. Should they go on vacations with their friends while you guys are together? I personally think yes, why not? Sure. I just realized he was planning so many vacations with his friends as opposed to like any vacations with me. We probably went on like maybe 2 vacations together that were like really outside of the country. And he went on during our time together at least like 3 or 4 vacations with his friends. And I'm like, why is it that you're so much more comfortable going with your friends? Like, are you hooking up with other girls? Like, what's going on? If your man's is taking more trips with his friends than he is with you, I could tell you right now, I've figured it out. I've cracked the code, and it's because he doesn't want to pay for you. He sees you as an expense, and he doesn't want to do it. I know that there's like an intro to a Drake song that's coming out where he talks about this, and it hit home. It really did, because he didn't even have to say it. I just fucking knew. If a guy's leaving you at home, it's either, well, I don't mind like a boys' vacation, like go with your boys, do your thing. If I trust you, right? If the trust isn't there, it's one or two things. He doesn't want to pay for you, or he's cheating on you, and they're like, but if you trust him, let him go have fun with his friends. Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, if he's a trustworthy guy, like, he's not doing anything. He just wants to be with his boys. But I truly think that, like, when you're, like, seriously together, like, it's been years in, I feel like you should want to, like, do stuff with your significant other, right? Like, you want to experience and go new places. Like, it shouldn't just be, like, you go with your friends all the time, because, I mean, this is a person that you're going to be spending the rest of your life with, potentially, right? And why would you not want to have those experiences together? That's my thought, anyway. Like, yes, go have your girls' vacations. You can go have his boys' vacations. But I think at the end of the day, if you, like, are married and down the line, like, you're going to want to have times more so that are together if you are truly compatible and truly meant to be together. I don't know, what's the point of being married? And, like, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why would you not want to, if you don't feel like you can be with your person all the time and, like, not get sick of them, not get sick of them, because I think that maybe, you know, sometimes you're going to get sick of them, but I feel like if you're at the point where you're really serious about someone, I think the true compatibility lies where you want to be with them all the time. Like, you want to bring them along, and it, like, feels comfortable when they're along and they seamlessly fit into your life. That's what you want, right? Not someone that's gonna, like, leave because they see you as a burden and, like, I have to get away from them. I have to get away from my girl and have this boys' vacation. It's like, if you're feeling like they're a burden to you, is what I'm saying, and you have to get away, it's a really good indication it's probably not a fit long term. That's all I gotta say. But what the fuck do I know? I'm just a dating coach, right? Anyway, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you could, please leave that 5-star rating, hit the subscribe button, leave that 5-star rating, and I will, did I already say that? Leave that thumbs up, and I will appreciate you forever.